Welcome back to Ironworker Impact TV from the 2012 Ironworker Impact Labor Management Conference, here with Joel D'Andrea, the first speaker of Tuesday morning. Joel, one would think that with Tuesday starting, second day of the conference, early in the morning, that attendance would be down, but that wasn't the case at all. That room is packed.
That's a great thing. The folks in the room attending this whole conference or convention are extremely committed to safety, information, learning, education moving forward. So it's provided some information and dialogue on the essentiality of partnerships in our industry. Our association, Specialized Carriers and Rigging Association, enjoys a very strong partnership with the ironworkers with Impact.
That relationship is strengthened by common goals where safety is concerned. One of those goals is to have a year with no fatalities on the job. So committed are the ironworkers and is Impact that an online clock is even counting down the days until the ball drops on New Year's Eve, with the idea that constant reminders like this are how this goal will be met. Another way to achieve this zero goal was touched on briefly by Mosaic Learning's Mike DeSimone, who showed the new virtual simulator where ironworker members can place a cone zone, for example, around a fall hazard virtually, like the green ones seen on the big screen in this shot. The glue of this year's conference really is the impressive list of speakers whom on Tuesday joined together for a series of 4 panel discussions. The first was a play on words, fabricating jobs, outlined ways to create new work opportunities in fabrication shops through Impact's guidance and assistance. Remaining competitive in today's global economy, implementing in-shop safety and training programs identical to those in the field, and organizing new members were just a few topics of discussion.
I think that so many times the legislators have not realized that it might seem like a good deal to get the fabricated steel in at a lesser price, but perhaps in the long run it actually costs the same or more maybe, and sometimes a bigger delay.
Real estate development, its status, processes, and forecast for the United States was touched on next, and how construction unions and contractors and real estate companies can mutually benefit from each other.
In getting involved in this conference today, I've learned a lot more about where unions are, and it's very encouraging to me. I think we're looking for a partner, and we'd love for the unions to come and show us the business case of why, if there's a premium cost, how it can be offset with quality and schedule. Show us the business advantage to using unions. I think if you do that, we'll be your biggest advocate.
One of those business advantages are the KPIs.
It's an incredible program that they spend a lot of time on. It gives the ironworkers a big leg up, additional quality. And I had only heard the acronym, but I learned it's a real selling point for the union. We should use it.
We've done a number of projects with pension funds. We did one in San Antonio, one in Atlanta. We're just now getting started with one in Minneapolis. So we love it. We're always looking for good sources of capital. I think it's great that unions are putting money back into the building business and investing as an investor partner with us. So we're all in favor of that.
It's a big competitive advantage for on time, under budget, quality of work, ease of bringing together and making a project get off the ground quicker than might normally not be the case.
Real estate development in today's economy, in today's construction world, maybe just your perspective on it, what you spoke about on your panel today.
Well, the panel today was to bring developers to Impact, because as I said in our presentation, and I was the moderator, is basically the developers, private developers, they don't know that Impact exists. We need to get market share back, just what General President Wise is after, and it makes good sense. The business model means that every union business agent and every district council president and every union contractor needs to know what's available in their market. And how do they find out? They go to the creators of the market. The developers are the ones that are creating it.
One of the most anticipated sessions of the yearly conference is always the Owners Panel. Talk CEO Steve Lindauer led a large and diverse guest list through an engaging exchange that covered a wide variety of topics. Overall, ironworkers and their contractors got high marks for productivity and safety. The crowd heard statements from the panel like, "Your ironworkers are more skilled, productive, and passionate." Our best metric is productivity. And when we leverage union versus non-union, really do show a difference. Another welcome description was partners.
The excitement is great. the opportunity to work in a true tripartite approach where contractors and labor and owners can come together, talk about the things that make the difference over the longer term, I think is a very progressive business model, and overall is a benefit to the folks that are here. Whether you be an owner as myself, I've taken a lot back. Certainly I think the contractors are understanding more what the owners need, and the ironworkers here are looking at a business model of things that will think much longer term strategically.
The iron worker sits at the heart of many of the projects that the Army does, Army Corps of Engineers, bridges, highways, locks and dam projects. All of those center around what the iron worker, the skill set that they offer. So we certainly utilize those services and always look for family members who are about the business and the mission, safety first, project bottom line mission being accomplished second.
I think one of the key things for healthy organizations is that they devote about 90% of their time to external things, to the goals of that organization, rather than to internal things. I was impressed with the ironworkers that, they've devoted a good majority of their time and energy to the external world, to accomplishing the goals that the organization exists for. And to me, that's a healthy sign.
Our customers also, however, provided some valuable insights that did not go unnoticed. Show off your training centers more. Don't be afraid to make customer service phone calls. Market your Standards of Excellence program better. And we're completely and utterly uninterested in your jurisdiction problems.
The relationship with us has to remain transparent, but there are parts of your practice which deal with jurisdictional issues, work ownership issues, which are yours alone. And I'm coming at it from the construction manager for Kaiser's perspective, which is, I can't manage your business for you. Yet you are a professional organization and you need to carry the burden of that around jurisdictional disputes. And that was really the only message that I came here with, was an opportunity to present that message. It's not a burning issue with respect to your group. It is with other groups, but I think it's important to communicate the message to everyone.
The codes of conduct and codes of excellence programs are world-class these days, and there's nothing that detracts from the program more than someone who has, say, an offensive sticker on his hard hat or an offensive t-shirt. That is just eroding everything that training programs and apprenticeship programs are trying to do by making this individual state-of-the-art, first class, representing a long-standing culture. And I would just hope that his peers and business managers and perhaps job stewards would take those individuals aside and say, listen, you're not doing what we really want you to espouse. We want you to be a true professional, and you're not being one right now.
I think that the Iron Worker organization is doing something that is critical, and that is re-evaluating. This is where we are. Where is it that we need to go to unify as an organization so that we can do what's necessary to take care of our members, to carry on our great tradition, and importantly, help rebuild our country in a time when it needs us the most.
Owners left with a message that confidence in the union iron worker is a good thing, because it's confidence that helps them begin new jobs. Keep the union iron working industry moving forward, the owners said, and remember, status quo is never good enough. It's an attitude that leads to one last statement from the group. We need to improve every day, because the competition is. Speaking of improvement, walking a mile in each other's shoes, that was the goal of the last two panel discussions of the morning. If I were a contractor, this is what I'd do, featured iron workers giving their perspective on contractors, and I wish the union had contractors offering suggestions to the union.
If I'm a union contractor, I would depend on the business manager to help me out any problems I might have in the field, whether it would be with training, whether it be with personnel. What can we do to help you?
Whether things are good or bad, I think that people should communicate on a regular basis. It develops friendships, which become great partnerships.
If I was part of ironworker leadership, I would work really, really hard to try to show and mentor the membership, to say, consider yourself, when you're on the payroll of the contractors that you go to work with, consider yourself a company person, a company man, a company woman, that what you're doing for this company right now on every day is extremely important.
Both agreed each side has work to do and Impact can play a moderating role in discussion.
Oh, I think all the things that they're doing right now and with the blogs and with getting down to the young guys. I think Twitter, YouTube, everything that we can do to get the younger guy involved. He has to be involved. He can't just go to work, collect a check, and go home. They need to have that buy-in, and if we can do that in a media that they're used to seeing and dealing with, then we're on the right track.
Josh Blyle, former Marine and representative of the Indianapolis Colts, shared his story during the lunch program. Funny, and at times incredibly moving, Josh said that ironworkers and their contractors build America and had a few lessons relating to staying grounded while working hundreds of feet in the air. If you missed the breakouts, you missed a lot. Davis-Bacon, Why You're Probably Losing Out on Prevailing Wage, was moderated by Chris Berger, who said that Davis-Bacon remains a vital topic for union ironworking.
This isn't something we want to just let slip away, and luckily, since 2009, we've seen slowly things that have made it easier for us to get on that kind of work.
What's new with rebar was the question during Reinforcing Safety in Construction, Temporary Reinforcing Structures.
No, I think absolutely we're headed in the right track. Our skills are getting better. We are getting good training. We are bringing in new people, new membership. They are coming in with good attitudes. We're setting a safety-first attitude, and they're responding. So I'm all positive.
The fundamentals still are not there in terms of jobs and all of the things that spiral into making people have the ability and the need to build things. So that's sort of the bad news. The good news is that all indication is we are bouncing along the bottom, and we have been for several years. And it looks like things are going to sustain at their current level, which doesn't make anybody happy, but at least it doesn't look like it's going to go down.
Scott Malley gave a small group some jurisdiction and maintenance updates.
I think the contractors have as much to lose with jurisdictional issues as the locals do. I think the contractors recognize that they're comfortable in the fields that they've chose to work in, and that sometimes they're at risk if we don't protect the jurisdiction.
Our coverage of the 2012 Ironworker Impact Labor Management Conference is now over here on Ironworker Impact TV. Thank you for your attendance this year at the conference, and we'll see you next year. So long from Las Vegas. Wednesday's sessions here at the Paris Hotel are the usual ironworkers only meetings. For the first time, though, we're offering 2 day-long courses for contractors at our Ironworkers Training Facility here in Las Vegas. Wednesday's topic is project management. The course will focus on how to evaluate project management performance and expectations. On Thursday, getting paid will be the subject. This session is designed to help you get paid in full and on time for the work you do. Both sessions will run from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and both sessions are absolutely free, but you'll have to take a cab or supply your own transportation. There's more information about both of these very worthwhile sessions in the online agenda, which you can access once again by going to bit.ly/meeting2012.